Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build up their walls, so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
What's going on, y'all? Listen, since we finished our first broadcast, a lot of things have taken place. It's wild. We are in some crazy times right now. I know I made reference to my high school and the students walking out in protest, and I got sent a message from someone where it showed at my high school that they had locked the doors and locked the students on the inside to prevent them from going out and protesting. And I just think that is diabolical. I am very disappointed in my high school. I'm disappointed in the people I know that works in the school district office that allowed this to go on, or that was okay on it, or whatever the case may be. It's that's diabolical. I feel like that was wrong. I feel like the kids have a right to voice their exercise their First Amendment right, as long as they're peacefully protesting. I think this is the proper way to teach our kids how to handle things, not sitting here trying to keep them quiet and locking them inside of a school. It's crazy. I may post the video that was sent to me. I may post it on my page after this broadcast. I'm not sure yet. But all I can tell you all is that I am really disappointed in my high school right now. I could have sworn that yesterday, um, I thought there was going to be some headway made to where they were going to allow the students to exercise their rights. And I guess I was wrong. I guess I was terribly wrong. But if that wasn't enough, we know Don Lemon, former news anchor or journalist over for CNN, has been arrested, and supposedly he's going to court or had a court hearing or something to that nature, all because of him going to uh, the church in Minnesota, and then this is what happened. So this is the type of rhetoric that we live in. This is the administration that we have, and we're going to touch on more. We're going to touch on more because the EPSTEIN files dropped. Another batch came out today. There's some things in there that was stated that the pretender in chief, the piglet in command, a piglet in chief, forcefully made a girl of not the age of the consent, give him fellatio, and she bit him, and it's just a whole stuff that's crazy that's happening. And on top of it, come to find out, which isn't really a shocker, but come to find out, seems like Diddy's name was brought up in the EPSTEIN files today, in the batch that was released. Allegedly. Allegedly. Lori, welcome in, bestie. Allegedly. But before we get to that, because I had like another 3 segments lined up for us to do. None of it pertained to what we're about to do now. So these 2 that we're about to listen to is just going to be a two-part segment, y'all, and then we're going to keep it rolling. I've really got to get better at breaking it down because my videos are too long on YouTube, and it's I think that's deterring people from watching the content. So I'm gonna try to I may have to end up breaking it down by segments, posting that to YouTube, and then we'll have to come back and do another one. Segment 2 would be its own standalone show or something like that. I don't know. That's not important right now. Let's get to the madness that's going on right now. All right. So the first thing we're going to listen to is from CBS News, and they are talking about Don Lemon's arrest from earlier today.
Former CNN anchor Don Lemon making his first appearance in court today after his overnight arrest by federal agents. We are now joined by our Andres Gutierrez, who's following the latest developments from Los Angeles. First, remind us of this church protest and what role Don Lemon had in it.
Listen, I'm just here for the
Major,
party.
we'll have to take you back to
welcome
January
in, Bessie.
18th.
Y'all
It all
keep double
began
tapping
with
that
a Sunday
screenshot out the
service
live.
at the city's
We
church
got 2
in
wishing cakes
St.
on
Paul, Minnesota,
live
that turned
goal
into
today.
a
We're only
protest
gonna do
over
2.
immigration. Activists stood up in the middle of the worship service, called out the pastor for his ties to ICE and the Trump administration, and kept going even as church leaders asked them to stop. Don Lemon was there inside the sanctuary as an independent journalist. He had a camera rolling. He was moving around, filming the confrontation and talking to people in real time. Prosecutors now say that by staying in the middle of that disruption, he wasn't just covering it, he was also helping it. And so they've charged him under federal civil rights as well as the FACE Act laws that are usually there to protect churches and clinics from being blocked or threatened. Now, before Lemon was arrested, a federal judge in Minnesota did refuse to approve an arrest warrant, saying that federal prosecutors had not shown enough evidence to justify an arrest. That same judge also noted that Lemon and his producer were being treated as protesters without proof that they had done anything illegal. Prosecutors ended up appealing, but the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals did not change the ruling. And so prosecutors went around that to a grand jury, and that's how we got to where we are at today.
And what, if anything, do we know about the proceedings in court today, Andres?
So the proceedings right now are still underway. They began right around 1:30. My colleague Matt Gutman and his team are right now inside that courtroom in downtown Los Angeles. But we are anticipated to hear that the judge will lay out the accusations, make sure that he understands those counts, as well as if he has a lawyer. We understand that he does. And the judge will decide whether he stays in custody ahead of his next court hearing.
Don Lemon does indeed have a lawyer, a very prominent one here in Washington, D.C.
Thank you for sharing out the live. Thank you for liking the live, Lori. I appreciate it, Bessie.
So Lemon and his legal team are pushing back hard. They're saying the government is going after a reporter for simply being on the scene with a camera. They argue that this is exactly the kind of on-the-ground reporting the First Amendment is supposed to protect. Lemon has publicly said that he clearly identified himself as a member of the press inside that church. And press freedom groups say that if this case does move forward, some newsrooms may have to think twice before sending reporters into protest or immigration raids.
Andres Gutierrez in Los Angeles, I appreciate it very much, sir. Thank you.
This shows you how weak, this shows you how soft that the cheddar color coat leader is. It shows you how Cheetolini has the mind capacity of a preschooler. No disrespect to preschoolers. You're supposed to be so big and bad and tough, and you have your Gestapos out there callously and heinously unaliving innocent people. But you are upset. Rico, thank you for that heart, me brother. I appreciate it. But you are upset in going after a journalist for doing his part, doing his job. Let's be honest. The only reason he's going after Don Lemon is 1, because of the melanin of his skin, 2, because of his sexual orientation or preference, and 3, because when Don Lemon was on CNN, he made a living dragging the cheddar color coat leader. In fact, I'm gonna be honest with you, when he was on CNN and his segment was coming up, really that was the only thing I cared to see. because I knew not only was he going to give me facts, but I knew that he was going to put some jokes and some jabs in there at the Piglet in Chief up there at 1600 Penn Avenue, and it was on point. That's the only reason he's going after him. There's so many other people that are journalists that was up there covering it. Excuse me, y'all. And yes, some people did get arrested, but the only reason he's going after Don Lemon is because Don Lemon is a bigger name. This is a travesty. This is a travesty. This should not happen. He did the same thing to what's his name that was making fun of him on the Jimmy Kimmel, and he couldn't handle that. But yet he gets on his untruth social all day, every day at night, in the middle of the night, ranting and raving and making lies all throughout the night, talking bad about people, calling women piggies, telling them to shut up and all of this stuff. But you going after a journalist. And I hate to say that it's a GAY journalist. I hate to say, hey sis, how you doing? I hate to say it's a GAY journalist because at the end of the day, that doesn't define Don Lemon. He's great at what he do. He's great at his job. So I just don't want to sit here and say that as GAY. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give it to you real. That's part of the reason, but it's also the melanin of his skin, and it's also the fact that he always told the truth and was straightforward on when he was an anchor or a journalist or whatever, a correspondent on CNN. When his show started, he opened up the show completely obliterating the cheddar color coat leader and talking about him. And his wee little bitty pride is hurt behind it. That's all it is. That is the only reason. That's the only reason, y'all. Other than that, he has no reason to go after Don Lemon. Don Lemon didn't bother anybody. Once again, he was peaceful. The only thing he said was, "Don't you think this is a time?" And he was talking to the pastor of the church, and he told him, "Don't you think this is a perfect time to bring everybody together? Don't you think that everybody's in need of prayer right now? And since this is the prayer house, that they should be able to come here and everybody work together, regardless if you anti-ICE or pro-ICE. It don't matter. Don't you think this is the time we need to come together? And you, being a pastor, isn't that what your job is? To bring people together in the midst of a conflict like this? Okay, but that's what you want to do. But that's what you want to do. How about this? How about this? Why don't, especially now that um this second batch of Trump Steam files came out today, and we see where it states that the Piglet in Chief, the Cheetolini himself, forced the girl that wasn't the age of consent. He forced her to give him fellatio, and she bit him, and she laughed at him after she bit him, and he assaulted her, physically assaulted her. We saw that in there. Let's talk about that, and then let's go and arrest him for that. Let's three things: impeach, indict, and incarcerate. That's the only thing that need to be going on right now. And I know I wasn't even supposed to talk about this on this particular platform. I was supposed to save that for the other. If you need to see it, let me know. I got the picture of the file. I'll send it to you. But okay, so let's go on. So now, also, like we said before, no, this is, hold on, y'all. Let me go find it. This is not the one I'm looking for. Here it is. Because that other one that was supposed to be what we were supposed to do. Jenny said term. What do you mean term, sis? Thank you, babe, for that heart me. I appreciate it. Make sure you go claim your points. So here, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to this second and final segment, y'all. Forgive me for my presentation and my anger when I talk, man. It's just this is crazy. This is crazy. Let's give it up to my wife. She just reached a fam level 15. So we're gonna go ahead and celebrate her real quick and put her up here too. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you standing by me. I appreciate you supporting. Here, I'm gonna drop you down here. So there we go. All right. So now we're gonna go to this right here. Once again, it's from Marad. Marad is good at covering everything. We often reference him or refer to him in his work. So, but the title is "We Were Right About Diddy." Shock new EPSTEIN files just dropped, and this is newborns question mark. I am speechless. Here's what I'm going to do. I have no eye of a deer. Like what I said, like a deer with no eyes. I have no eye of a deer. What is he about to talk about? But just based off of this headline right here, we're going to go ahead and put a disclaimer on this portion of the show. We're going to put a disclaimer on it, and we're going to put a trigger warning on it. Okay? Those are two things we're going to do. We're going to do that. So let's go. We're putting the trigger warning on it right now. That's there. And then let's go and do this right here, this disclaimer.
All things, no, some things said in this portion of the show are alleged, but all of it is for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you are below the age of 18, we request that you leave the live now. Enjoy.
The best we can. So now, it already sounds bad. It already sounds bad. So that's why I wanted to make sure we put that out there. Okay? Do I need to pin it? Do I need to pin that, sis? It's asking for a flash goal now, y'all. All right, so we're gonna do the flash goal, y'all. Okay, in between the wishing cakes. All right, so it's roses. So it's saying we need 3 different gifters to send 1 rose, y'all. All right, we just need 3 different gifters to send 1 rose. That's it, and then that goal will be taken care of. All right, so thank y'all. We need 1 more. We need 1 more person to send a rose, and then this flash goal will be met. All right. And while we're doing that, I am going to go ahead and start this audio right here so we can hear once again, y'all. I'm saying it's thank you. We achieved it. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. We're gonna go back to the wish cakes. All right. Thank y'all so much. Let me pin it and then I'll start. Okay. There we go.
Okay, so a trove of Epstein files has just dropped, and these are the most shocking things that I have ever heard in my life. I'm putting a trigger warning in this video for the amount of madness and SA that we are going to be discussing in this, and it really cements the idea that everything that happened to Diddy with his criminal trial is directly related to this. I need you guys to listen to this absolute madness. Hey guys, that's Maradi Daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video where as Donald Trump arrives for the premiere of First Lady Melania Trump's movie, Melania, which is only managed to sell 1 ticket here in London, a trove of Epstein files has just dropped, and these have 3.5 million new files to be exact. And these have some shockwaves when it comes to allegations. First and foremost, Trump is accused, guys, of R-wording a teenager. In a complaint made by a friend, the president was accused of forcing a minor to perform on him. Redacted report.
Y'all hold on 1 second. Because I know we got Trump turdians. I know we going to have some Trump turdians. I know we are. Can y'all see that? It ain't going to let y'all see it. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Let me see if I can make it darker. Let me see if I make it darker. Will it work? Can y'all? Oh, no, y'all ain't gonna be able to see that if I don't take it off. You still can't see that. Here, I won't hold it so close. That right there, y'all. That's the file right there. That's the file right there. Like I said, we don't gatekeep information around here. If you want to see it and read it yourself, just message me. Leave me a message in my inbox on here. Say, hey, will you send me that picture of the cheddar color coat leader graping a girl that's not the age of consent and forcing her to give him fellatio? I got you.
Reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately, a very young age, let's just say, when this occurred, 14, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump whilst performing. You guys get the gist when I say performing. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed. The friend said she was also harmed by Epstein as well. That's one of the, shockwave allegations here. I'm trying to use as many abbreviations as I can because honestly, it's just really triggering, even for me. Trump also now has been accused of being present whilst a newborn was being murdered. Another in Epstein.
MAGA, you voted for this. Kamala told y'all you voted for this. How you gonna explain this? How you gonna explain this? And I don't want to hear no more. But Biden and Clinton, I don't want to hear nothing about it. I tell you what, let's treat this like a game of spades. You show me how many pictures you got with Biden in a picture with Epstein, and I'll raise you how many pictures I can find with Trump in the picture with him. I'm sorry, cheddar color coat leader in a picture with Epstein. Right, sis? So if you want to say, and then if you want to say Clinton said release him, unredacted. If I did anything wrong, it'll be in there. Go ahead. Release that. But we're going to run this back, MAGA. We going to run this back, MAGA. Tell me what you hear, because I know what I heard. What you say about them newborns?
Triggering, even for me. Trump also now has been accused of being present whilst a newborn was being murdered.
How do you defend this? Sis said Lake Michigan. Okay. See. They don't want to hear about that though, sis. They don't want to talk about that. They can't point out when he done something wrong. Allegedly. They can't point that out. But they can tell you everything Hunter did wrong for having some stuff on his laptop. They can tell you everything Hunter did wrong for powdering his nose. But they don't want to talk about Cheeto Leaning and what he did what he know about Lake Michigan. They don't want to talk about that. That's fake news right there. That's a witch hunt right there. Huh. Let's play it back one more time, y'all. Just one more time, then we're going to go on past it. Because you know they're going to try to defend it. And I want you to say, no. I heard it on hashtag, I'm going to say it. I heard what I heard.
Honestly, it's just really triggering, even for me. Trump also now has been accused of being present whilst a newborn was being murdered.
Say?
Another in Epstein's orbit also made allegations of murder. The unidentified person was following up on a tip given to the NYPD in which the person alleged they were R-worded at 13. The person also alleged Trump regularly paid them to perform acts and claimed he was present when her newborn child was actually murdered in front. Wow. Mar-a-Lago calendar girls parties, another complaint for which there was no contact information provided, alleged that calendar girls partied at Trump's Mar-a-Lago involving measurement of the private areas of minors. I don't want to even repeat that because this is disgusting. Epstein would bring the minors in and Trump would then auction them. He measured the children's tightness to see which one was more, palatable and wanted. disgusting. Robin Leach
Rita.
and Trump's head of security, this is another allegation.
Steaming over
One
here.
complainant claimed they witnessed a ring at the Trump golf course. The person alleged that Ghislaine was a broker for deals involving the girls. The person claimed they witnessed lifestyles of the rich and famous host Robin Leach strangle a young girl at a party.
This is why he did not want these files released. This is why I'm speechless, y'all. All I could do is sit here and stare. What is our country coming to? Our country has this much hate and racism in it that it didn't want a lady of color in the office, but you're okay to vote for a YT man who, on several different occasions and from different people, has been stated or has been said to have unalived infants, great people, boys and girls that's not the age of consent. You're okay with that. But you can't see past a woman's color? Y'all, she told us. She told us. And there's no way, no maggers are going to be able to justify this, anything. Aztec Princess, how you doing, bestie? I got to keep going. I know I got to keep going because I'm surprised we hadn't had a penalty on the play yet. So I'm just going to, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to be quiet. I'm going to mute myself so I can talk, but y'all won't hear me. But you'll hear this.
The person also alleged a threat from Trump's head of security that if she ever talked, she claimed she was told she would end up as a fertilizer for the back nine holes, like the others, if she spoke about what she had seen. Epstein gave Bill advice because he was hiding alleged STDs from his wife. Bill Gates apparently caught STDs from some Russian girls, and in emails, which he was begging to be deleted, he was trying to drug his wife, Melinda Gates, by
TikTok
trying to
Shop.
give her antibiotics. And this was one of the reasons that, you know,
Right,
he
Rita?
basically tried to drug her so that she wouldn't be able to understand that, you know, he was getting all of these alleged STDs from these Russian girls. And now it makes more sense to me as to why Melinda Gates obviously divorced that man. So these are some of the most
Rudy said hi,
shocking,
everyone.
horrific allegations, and 3.5 million files have been released. The pictures have been released. Everything is being water dripped. And now we've got a lot more information. So this is really bad for Trump that this information has come out. And while some people do refuse to believe this, I definitely believe that, you know, there are organizations in the world that lead us that are all pedophiles. I absolutely believe that. There are even emails coming out of Elon Musk, who continuously interferes with American and British politics because of all of the money that he has and what he's driving in terms of hatred, and, you know, it's horrific, of him basically trying to meet up with Epstein. These are emails. And he has always stated that there was never a friendship, but he stated in these emails that his island was close to Epstein's island. He was going to fly over to go see him. So once again, all of these people in power or influence or vast amount of wealth and money are being brutally exposed, guys, right in front of our eyes. They are literally the people in control of our governments and, you know, what we think and, you know, how we should act.
Hey, Deb,
and,
how you doing, love?
Political parties, all of it. It's just horrific, guys. It's just demonic. The fact that, you know, a lot of people at one point were seen as weirdos for this all being conspiracy theories must all now be feeling pretty relieved that, well, not really relieved, but just, you know, I told you so, because all of this seems to be coming true, especially when it comes to the rings, especially when it comes to the minors being involved, and to the fact that a newborn was murdered. What were you doing with that newborn? Were you using that on, you know, were you using the newborn that was murdered for something? I don't know. but clearly it's horrific. Then you have the big giants of wealth, Elon Musk and Bill
For your
Gates, also
400th
being involved
comment.
in cahoots with all of these people. Epstein said, guys, even if I die in this prison in 2019, I'm going to take you all down with me. One way or another, either in the next 2 years or the next 10 years. This was probably his plan all along, that all of this information will be water dripped to us about all of the other elites with him. And this is something that he made sure of. When he was making ties with people, he made sure to either to film people or get it all on emails, and then all of this will be successively released to us by somebody. And that's basically what is happening right now. So for this to come out against Trump, of course, this is going to piss off a lot of the MAGA crowd who are just really shocked by this stuff. And whenever Trump would speak about it, he would try to derail, push it away, tell everybody to move on. And then you see all of this basically coming out. The current president that is sitting, is being accused of being a pedophile, and horrific allegations are coming out against him. How do you react to this? 3.5 million Epstein files dropped just an hour ago. The internet is going absolute batshit crazy over this, and these are some of the most promising, biggest mentions in regards to him,
right now.
including the R word, SA, emails back and forth, groups of people, newborns. This sounds nothing short of a conspiracy theory video that we saw when we were kids growing up, that you wouldn't think that you would believe because it sounds too far-fetched, when all of that's basically coming true right now. Is this the big exposure? Is this giving rapture? Yes, I don't know what this is giving, but these people are in power, and it's just so horrific and sad to see that the majority of people, us, can't really do anything about it. Of course, Trump is going to completely deny all of this. And I think that, with Melania's film coming out, this is the worst timing for her film, guys. I think it's airing at the JFK, yesterday, and also today as well, and also in London. This is probably the worst time for her, because I believe a lot of money was invested into this movie, and yet it's making nothing. It's making no money. One ticket was sold, guys. And what do you mean? One ticket was sold. Nobody was trying to buy this movie. Now, apparently, they're paying people to come in and watch the movie just to get the crowds full for Instagram and for pictures and etc. And now, with these files coming out, ain't nobody going to watch you, Melania. Do you understand? Nobody's going to watch you. I'm so sorry. So I want to know what your thoughts are on these files, whether you believe it, whether you think it's Wattpad stories, or whether you don't believe it. I really want to know your comments. Sound off in the comments below. Where do you side on this conversation? Whatever you say, everybody's entitled to their, belief with whatever comments they want to make, their opinions. But this sounds like a conspiracy theory coming true. All of the people that would say X, Y, Z, and it now makes me revert back to Diddy's criminal trial, all the freak-offs that this man would do, and the fact that he was basically lambasted and dragged in court, and how there was a video of how him and Epstein work for the same networks. This is that conversation right there. So what's going on right here? This is that conversation right there, because it's all connected. It's all connected, guys. I don't want to continue this video, guys. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm not even going to do an outro. I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Mariah. I'm shutting down the show, too. Look, y'all, I ain't going to even play our theme music, man. This is... What do y'all... I mean, what do we do? What, like, how do we... I'm with Rita. He's got to go. When is the last straw? The last straw. Sister, they had a Craigslist post paying folks $50 to sit through the whole thing. That's crazy, because it wasn't no good, and it still wasn't. Did you see the picture, sis? They paying people $50 to come watch her movie, and nobody was in it. It was like bare in there. That's crazy. And then he falling asleep at the little whatever thing he had, meeting thing he had today. He over there in the sleep looking like a big spoiled jar of mayonnaise, dozing. Then looking for what's his name? Robert Kennedy, whatever. The Kennedy dude. He like, where is he? And he's standing right there next to him. But yet y'all wanted to talk about Biden, Sleepy Joe. The Dems are wrong for putting him up there and not admitting that he has a health problem. That's wrong. They're just doing him wrong. Y'all are wrong. Y'all putting that decrepit gargoyle up here as a pretender in chief. He falling asleep, looking like a pork skin rind up there in the Oval Office. Can't even see the dude standing right next to him. So when are y'all gonna say? When y'all gonna admit that he is unfit? I mean, he was already unfit, but when are y'all gonna admit that he's unfit? Y'all had all that smoke talking about Sleepy Joe and how the DM should have handled that. Well, you right. They not Michael Johnson, my brother. They not gonna do it. You know why? Because then that's like that's admitting they was wrong, and their pride won't allow them to do that. All the while they walk each and every day. They walk that pork rind mofo right there in front of our TV that's lying. And he gets a, yeah, this is going to break it down about the 500, 600%. Yeah, they're not going to pay anything. Well, let me get my hands like him. I'm the best in the world. I brought it down. No, they've seen nothing like it before. They've seen nothing like it before. I'm going to reduce the price for 600, 500% to 600%. Dodo, if it was 500 to 600%, don't you know that means it's free? Come on, man. I got more common sense in my left butt cheek than this guy that y'all chose to run our. We are the laughing stock of the world. Our country is the by far biggest punchline right now. I'm gonna add 50 cents more tariffs. I'm gonna add 50. You don't even know what a tariff is. This is the same thing he did in the 1.0. His word then was bipartisan. Like he used bipartisan for everything. Just y'all stop and think about this. This man said he invented the word. Nobody used the word groceries until I said it. Are you for serious? Not for real. Are you for serious? We need to know, are you serious and are you for real at the same damn time? Are you for serious? That part too. Jenny, thank you. Bigley. Bigley? Bigley. How does he use it? Hey, babe, what does Zeus play every morning? You can leave, you can go away, you can come back. You don't come back, that's okay too. This is just, oh my gosh, man. Like this is. Can you know? I need to get with people. I need to get with somebody that's really extremely good at AI. And what I would like to do, y'all, I would like to get with you. I'm gonna say this, and then y'all can have y'all Friday. Um, I want to get with somebody that is good at doing AI. And I want us to create an AI movie. And in this AI movie, it's going to be a president that is of a minority doing the same exact things that they let the pork rind do up there. And then I want them to think about just how, because, they ain't going to see it. They don't see it until it's like not them, or, when it's somebody that's, not for them or not the same as them. I want them to see what we maybe it'll help. I don't even know if it'll help them see what we see, but I just I just want the roles to be reversed. You get me? Because there's no way that they can be this ignorant to sit here and continuously act like what is coming out, what is being shown didn't happen. I saw that too, sis. They about to have ice at the Olympics. Man, come on. Ain't them countries are not coming. How is that going to work when you done ban half the other countries, citizens from other countries to come into our country? How's it going to work? You didn't think that through. Michael said they will still find a way to change the narrative. Won't they? It is the most repulsive thing ever. Hey, I'm going to say this and then I promise y'all I'm going to quit. I am one that hate to see when we out and about. I hate to see, or if I'm watching on TV or something, I am one that hates to see people of my color do the dumbest things. It's embarrassing for me. I don't even know them, I don't even know them, but I feel like, man, why? This is why they think about us the way they think about us. Some of them think about us how they think about us because of stuff like this. So I hate it. So I need them to. When I say them, I'm talking about the Megatards. I need them to feel the same way. Are we ever gonna get there? Lori said, "Me too." Lori said, "Me too." Like this is wild. This is wild. I had somebody message me and tell me today, a friend of mine, and she was like, "Look, on Facebook." She messaged me. She's like, "Listen, I know you can get the word out. Listen, ICE is over here by Sawyer Road Elementary, over here off they near All Good Road and Cobb Parkway. I know you can get the message out. You can get the word out. So I'm telling you." I said, "Okay, I'll go and do a video on my Facebook and I'll drop it. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for looking out for our community. I appreciate it. You know." But that's how it's supposed to be. So, but why is it? How can we sit here and say that people don't belong here? And understand, y'all, we're all for criminals, actual criminals, being removed from our country. We're for that. We're for that. We're not combating that. But what I am wanting to know is if that is indeed supposed to be what ICE is for. We've got one person that got 34 convictions, felonious convictions. Why are we not getting him? Aztec Princess, take us out of here, love. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? You know
I'm
what?
I'm angry.
I am angry. I am very angry, and I know you haven't seen me on these streets because I want you to understand that while you're feeding coins to this thing or paying attention to this thing, you're lining his pockets. He is
That's
part of
true.
the consortium that bought it. So you guys need to understand that we need to protest, and we may not be able, like me, to be out there on the streets because I can't do that. My health is not great and I can't take a beating right now. But what you can do is you can stop spending and supporting anything that is tied to the man. You can start doing that. And I'm angry because look at what they did to Dawn. Look at what they did to Lemon today. If that doesn't scare you, if that doesn't petrify you that they are coming after our journalist, then I don't know what's gonna do it. Okay, in
They
LA,
did
they
nothing
took,
wrong neither.
no, but you see, he isn't the first. You have to
Mm-hmm.
understand that in LA, they took a bunch of influencers out
They sure
and
did.
deported them because they have one right now. They pew-pewed one of them just because he
Be
was
safe,
out on the
Deb.
streets. That he was out on the streets. His name is Richard LA, and if you guys can go follow him and support him. They try to say that he threw his car on them, which was not true. As usual, there was video, and they pew-pewed him. They took him in, and he's still stuck in there, even though they've already told him to let him go. And what was his crime? His crime was that he's a street reporter and that he's out there, and he caught a couple of these people acting out.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing to me is that, okay, so you don't want, we got to clear something up. Okay, we got to make it clear. When you're talking about illegals and you're talking about Mexicans, you've gone wrong already. All right, because let's make it clear, we're from this soil. We're gonna keep sprouting up. We are native to this land. This is like taking flowers that are native to the land and trying to extinguish them. We're still gonna sprout up. We belong
Yes.
here. Okay. Now, everybody, and I'm with you. I know people who are not good people that are still running around unbothered that these people are running around. Why? Because they're used to it. They're used to being followed, but they're not going after those people.
They
Those
are
people,
exactly.
Those people are chilling at home, doing what they do. And the people that are working, the good people that have done everything to make sure to contribute to this country, including paying their taxes that they get no benefit from. He sits there and he says that they get benefits. They, by law, cannot get any benefits. Nobody bothers to look. They sit there and they sit there and call people illegal aliens. You need to understand that what they're doing is dehumanizing a
That
whole
part.
bunch of people, which is what they do when, so that it doesn't make you feel so bad when you see a little 5-year-old getting used as bait, because they're dehumanizing. And the thing that is important to understand is
Bring
that
Liam home.
they're not going to stop at those people. They're trying to scare everybody into shutting up and changing the regime into something more where they're in control. And we need to fight back. Now, I haven't been on the streets. I took all of the things from them. They can't have access to my contacts. They can't have access to nothing of mine when they changed over. Why? Because the first order of business was to go after any creator who was against that man. You know, Newtham has came out and he said he wants an investigation for censorship on this particular platform. So that's what I'm angry about. That's what I've been in a huff lately. And just to your point, I'm just as disappointed in my people, because my people, a lot of them get caught up with these fake little churches. Because let's get something clear. We need to start distinguishing Christ followers like me from Christians. Christians are a bunch of people that go to their little club every Sunday, and all week they're spreading hate and anger and outrage, and then they go, they wash their face, put on their little costume, and they comb their hair, and they go over there and act like they love Christ. No, Christ told us to love each other. We will not ever come to full power until we come together as one. You have to understand that we all come from the same one man and one woman that started in Africa. We all have their genetics. We all cousins, we all brothers, sisters, until we understand that the color on the outside does not matter. It's the content of the person that matters. So you need to start dealing with people one by one. If somebody is offensive to you from my lineage, I apologize. But know that I, as a woman, and let me tell you this story, and this is very important to me. When I was 11 years old, I was taken from my mother because she was viciously beating me. And I was put into an African American home, a family from Memphis. Mr. and Mrs. Jones. The moment I showed up, little scared girl with welts all over my body and a broken nose, they treated me like one of their own. 2 years later, for Christmas, they bought me my first suit, because the type of people that I got put in with, it was a pastor and a woman that spent her whole time, her name was Edna. She spent all her time taking care of foster children. They didn't care what color I was. They never made me feel less. They called me little bit. And I was treated like part of their family. And you do not understand, like a foster child understands, from being bounced from house to house to house and living with different colors of people and types and backgrounds, that we are all the same. We all want to be loved. We all want to be included. We all want to be treated with love. So we need to stop. And that's why I am the way I am. It's the way we are raising our children. We cannot continue to teach our children that we are different, no matter how well-intentioned it is. You know, I see videos of kids saying, I want to be Mexican. Have you seen the videos that they say, I'm Mexican, and they're white or they're black or the
Yeah,
whatever? And
yeah,
that is a beautiful thing, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we need to show each other humanity. We cannot sit here and allow people to be mistreated just because they don't have a document. We can't.
facts.
And then that is just an excuse to have a bunch of people in uniform terrorizing cities that don't agree with the man. That's all it is about. It's not about immigration. I've told you guys 1,000 times. We Hispanics get used as a bait and switch. It's the look over
Yes,
there, don't look over here. And every 4 years, we are treated and used for these political ends.
talking
So
points. Yeah,
we need to stop allowing ourselves to be manipulated. Now there's people, and it's the older generation that's aging out, and I pray to God every day, God touch them, because you know what? It's them who are afraid. They're on their way out, and they're thinking, oh, you know, things are going to change, but they don't see the beauty in the change that's coming. Our kids are growing up together. They're learning that we're all human, and we need to stop this division. It needs to be stopped. And if you don't want to say, and you know, the one pet peeve I have is the people say, this is not our fight. What do you mean it's not your fight? What do you
yeah,
mean? It is your fight, because you know what? Once they're done with my community, they're coming after yours. I'm not saying stick up for my community. I'm saying let's stick up for all of our communities. Have every community stand up and say, no more. We're not going to do it. We're not going to continue to do this because it's hurting us.
yeah. You're right, Lord,
Jesus
and you're right.
was a Middle Eastern man of color. He was not a white man with blue eyes. He was a Middle Eastern man of color. He probably looked more like me and you. Okay?
Right.
So we need to stop. We need to stop. We need to start banding together as the human race and sticking up for each other, not allowing anyone to get hurt. It don't matter what color, what gender, if they're straight or whatever. Just as a human being, how could you sit there and allow people to get hurt and look the other way? Now we got, you know, this guy, he was, and for he's a martyr. You know, Alex is a
Period.
martyr. He is a martyr, and now Don has become a martyr for the same
Yeah,
cause. And
yeah.
but the sad thing is that before him and Renee passed away, there was a lot of other people that have already passed away. There's a lot of people that are missing. There's children that are missing. There's
Yeah.
people from all creeds and all backgrounds that have been picked up without
Thank you,
any
man, JJ.
cause. We need to stop. We need to stop. And no, normal's not going to come back. What this is a wake up call. This is a wake up call, because the America that I grew up in the 80s is not the America we're living today. And you know why? Because the America of the 80s, if you remember the 80s, it was happy.
It's fun then.
Now,
Yeah.
if you had your skates and you had your tape player, you were good to go.
Walkman.
Yeah, do you remember? It,
Yeah.
and that's what we want to give our kids. Now our kids are absorbing all this dysfunction. They're being traumatized by all the hate and anger. There's no reason why I should have a talk with my 11-year-old of what she needs to do in case we get stopped and they don't take my my paperwork as valid. There's no reason
Right.
why I should have that talk with my child. There's none. But I have to
Yeah.
have it because I'm the wrong color. And this is the dysfunction that's been in America from the beginning. They've done this from the beginning. They've done it to the indigenous people that were here. They've done it to the African Americans. They've done it to everybody. They even done it to the Irish people when they came in. Let's be real. The Arabs, everybody has had to go through that fire because we don't just accept people for who they are unless you are fair skinned and blue eyed. No, we need to stop
lie.
it. We need to change. At what point are you going to get tired of this? And a lot of people were coming after Kamala because they said, oh, we don't like her policies that she was with him on the Middle East. You know what? The Middle East was alarming because that was desensitizing you to what was coming for us. And I kept telling people,
Mm,
I'm not saying forget about what's going on over there. I'm saying look at that, and that's what he's planning to do over here.
yes.
Wake up. Wake up. Everybody needs to wake up. I am not spending one more penny in this app. I don't care what happens, and I don't want any gifts. Do not give me gifts. No. My way of protesting is I am not going to give that man a cent, not one of my pennies. No, there's other apps. There's other apps we can go to. There's YouTube. None of them are collecting your immigration status. None of them are
That's diabolical. Right?
collecting whether you're straight or you're not. So that should be worrisome. We need to stop. And yes, we all love this particular platform.
True.
You,
Right.
you know, we love it, but we need to stop. We need to stop. And if we really want to piss them off, then what we need to do is we need to at least, I'm not saying leave, but at the very least say, you know what, I'm not spending another penny here. Or I'm going to close it out for a day or two. Maybe we need to protest that way. Maybe we need to go dark
Like
for a
stay off
couple of
of it.
days,
Mm-hmm.
for a day or two. I'm not telling you to leave. If you don't want to leave, don't leave. You know, I told
NJG
this,
said, "Be careful at redirecting them.
yeah,
So they monitor."
yeah. And why are we worried about that? That
Right. You
that
should
right
be
there
upset, but yeah.
yeah. And what I'm saying is that, you know, I told somebody, you know, I've been saying this, you know, I've publicly been saying this to people. And I had, in my community, I had people cuss me out. Like, you leave. Why do you want us? I didn't say to leave. I said, be careful how you use it. You want to
There's
protest?
a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Protest? You know, darken it out for a couple days. It's okay. Because in a day or two, there's billions of dollars that go through
I
this
feel
thing.
you. Thank you, Mint
Yeah.
JG.
No, I get you, Mint. But there is lots of coin that goes through this thing. If you darken it out for a couple of days, maybe their investment is not going to be as fruitful. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying take off. I'm saying, hey, take a step back, take a break. Maybe
I
all
feel you.
in unison, maybe all together on a day. Just take a break, because it isn't okay what's happening. It isn't okay what's happening with the cities. It isn't okay that we're losing people. It isn't okay that we're scared to talk. It isn't okay. This is America. America is the dream. And why are we the dream? Because we are the only truly free country. And
Right.
that's why we need to all say, nah. You don't go after Don. You don't go after people. Let people say what they want. I mean, it's not hurting
Exactly.
nobody. Just
He do.
don't hurt nobody. Don't act out. Don't go out there and get into things. You know, don't. I've told my community, you know, if you get stopped, hey, keep your mouth shut. Cooperate as much as you can. You know, you gotta understand that these people are not playing. These people have a plan. That you're not going to talk them out of whatever it is they want to do, but you could act right so that you don't get hurt, so that you don't get in trouble, and so that you can minimize what's coming. It's just what it is. It
Hey,
is what
darling.
it is. We need to be strong, and we need to stop being afraid. We need to start flexing some kind of power, and the power's in your pocket. Use it. And I'll land my plane there.
I love that Aztec Princess. Y'all W Aztec Princess in the live. I love that. I love it. Now I will say this. I'm about to close out the show because we got to get ready to go over to Twitch. Y'all meet us over at Twitch. Go and subscribe to MC3 SFT9. Meet us there. Show starts at 8:30 tonight. 8:30. So meet us over there. But W Aztec Princess in the live. Also Aztec Princess. My wife and I was looking at that. What was it, Bigo? Uh, you
Yes.
know the things that I say,
Yeah.
judging from the guidelines, they wouldn't like me over there.
No, no, no. You can. I've heard worst. You could really have conversations over there. There's people that do this type of content. The
Mhm.
cool thing about over there is that if you tell them, "Hey, I want to have like a celebrity gossip type of thing," thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I really wish you wouldn't because I don't want to help these people no more. But you but I appreciate it so much. I'm touched. Um, you tell them that you want to have a celebrity
Thank you,
gossip
Daddy.
show, and they
Hmm.
will highlight you on their big channel. So I
Okay, so
mean,
how do I do that?
okay,
Can
so
I?
I need
Okay,
to
hold
send you
on.
another invitation because I send it to you from the wrong side. I send it to you from my Latino side. I gotta send it to you from my American side, and
Okay.
then we'll get you in there, and we'll show you how it works. I'll send you the payment schedule and all that, so you kind of know what's going on with that. And I say, there's other places to go. Lemon 8 was also part of the deal that they made, so that's not
Yeah.
safe either.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, you guys, I really feel that we need to speak up. I wanted to get with you so we can get that together. I did a lot of research and there's things I need to tell you, but I don't want to do it through this app.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so we'll
Yeah,
get together. I'll send you my number. How about that?
for sure. That'd be great.
All right, sis. I appreciate you coming on.
No problem. I'm always here. I don't do mornings anymore, you guys, 'cause I've been so upset that I have to
What
take
happened?
medication to go to sleep. And then I oversleep in the mornings. But yeah, no, this has really got me riled up. I'm so riled up. My husband's like, you better not. You better calm down.
Giving you that side eye, girl. Don't get in trouble.
You better
Look,
not.
that's right. Listen, just from what I just heard, just what we just listened to, this is diabolical. But I know we heard it from Sasha Riley before. But yeah, we've got to take a stand, y'all. We've got to take our country back. Because at one point in time, it was an honor to say that you was American, and now it's not so much. But we got to get back to that part. So I appreciate that, sis.
Hey, we have to honor the home of the brave, right? Where's
Right.
that at? Come on,
Atlanta,
people.
Atlanta Braves. No, I'm just I'm just playing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we gotta get our voice out there. If one
So,
one tells us no, there's two, three, four that'll tell us yes. We gotta get it together here.
that part right there, y'all. And on that note, we're gonna close out hashtag I'm gonna say it. Make sure y'all meet us over on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And remember, don't meet me there, beat me there. I'm out.